Hi there you guys, I'm Teddy from BijuTeo Beading and I'm here today to show you another super easy white cuff flowers bracelet. I'm showing it so a beginner would be able to make it. So I invite you to grab your beads and try creating it, following along with me. If you're new here, consider subscribing with the bell. Also, you help me a lot by liking, sharing and commenting. In this way, you motivate me to create more tutorials for you. If you want additional video courses and digital patterns, you could try the membership option, link in description and at the join button. Now let's start with the list of the materials. Okay guys, so what I'm using here for this video are 4 colors of 11-ounce seed beads, a magnetic clasp, use any type you like. I'm using nylon thread, use 0.1 or 2 millimeters, don't use too thick thread because you will need to go many times through the beads. This is size 11 beading needle, use similar size, and these are scissors. And now I'm going to take a comfortable length of thread on my needle, let's say an arm span, and I'm going to start. Okay guys, and I'm starting my work by picking up 3 red beads and 1 silver. I'm going to slide those down. I will leave here a small tail that is 25 centimeters or 10 inches. I will use it later to attach my clasp here, and I'm going backwards through all of those beads just like that, and I'm going to pull. Okay, then what I want to do is to go back through those beads like that. I'm basically going through all of them one more time. I take 3 red beads and I go back through the silver. In this way, guys, I create a similar shape from both sides of my silver. Then again, I'm going through all of those red beads. And I'm taking 1 red, I go here in this red one, the neighbor one, to fill in the gap between those 2 beautiful shapes that I created. And I do the same thing from the other side. Just like that. Okay, and now I want to take a black, a turquoise and a black. And I'm going backwards through this red one. Then again through the black and through the turquoise. I have this. Take 3 turquoise beads, go back through this turquoise. In this way I create again a cross of 4 beads. This is also called right angle weave, and I'm going to create these crosses everywhere. Here I feel like reinforcing because my thread is thin. If your thread is not that thin, you're safe not to reinforce. And I take black, red, black. Here, if you want, you can reinforce. Again, depending on how thick your thread is. Okay, I have this. Then I want to take a red, a silver and a red, and I want to recreate this element but starting from one of the sides. Okay, this is what I have. Then my goal is to exit out of the silver 3 red beads, go back, and I will repeat the steps of filling the gaps like I did when I was creating the first red flower element. Again, if you use thinner thread, it's a good idea to reinforce. Okay guys, and now I want black, turquoise and black, and I'm going backwards like this. Next to all of the red elements, I want to create turquoise elements, and I connect them with 2 black beads. Okay. Take 3 turquoise to create that beautiful cross of 4 that you have between the elements. Then I go back like this, and I go in this turquoise. I want to start a red element here. Next to the turquoise, I always start a red one. So I go back like this, as always, the same way as I started it before. Red, silver, red, and go back like this. Go here in the next red and silver, 3 red beads, okay, I'm going like this to reinforce. Now I want to fill in the gaps like I did before. So I'm going here, and here, and like this. Then I take a black, go through the turquoise, another black, go through the red. I have this. And my goal is to exit out of this red one. And here it is time to start the turquoise, but I need to connect those 2 elements with 2 blacks. So I take a black, a turquoise and a black at this step, and I go back in circle like I did in the other steps. 3 turquoise beads, going around the turquoise and pulling to reinforce. And the difference here between the first and the second row is that I want to connect those two elements, the red and the turquoise. I connect them with two black beads. First I'm adding one, going through the red, and then I'm adding a second one and going through the turquoise. And here, guys, I need reinforcements because as you may see, these beads were separated. Okay, and when I go like this, you see how beautiful it looks. It all goes into place. Then I go through this turquoise and I'm going to continue with another row absolutely the same way. Now here I have red, turquoise, red. Here I have turquoise, red, turquoise. And here I will have the same thing. Red, turquoise and red. Okay. Here I will go about it in a little bit different way. So I'm exiting here at this red one. Okay, guys, and at this step I'm doing something different. I take 3 red and 1 silver, slide those down, and I go back through all of them like this. Okay, I'm going through all of them and pulling to the center. Then I take 3 more red beads. I'm going through the silver and pulling. Okay. Then what I want to do is to go through all of those red beads. And I'm exiting here through this red to fill in this gap as I did before in the previous steps. Okay, this is the bead that I'm adding inside this gap. Okay, going through those red in this direction. Okay. Then instead of adding another red to fill in the gap, I'm using this one that I added at the first step. I'm going through it. And I'm using it as the bead that fills in this gap. So when I pull, I have the same element here, the same flower. And what I want to do is to go and exit at this point here. And of course I need a turquoise element. And I take 1 black, 1 turquoise, 1 black. When I go back in circle, I have this. The first bead of my turquoise element. Go through the turquoise, 3 turquoise beads, go back, pull tight. You could always reinforce if you want additionally. Okay, now I guess you know what to do. We need to connect this to the flower from the previous row. Go through the next 2, a black one, go through the red, another black, and go through the turquoise. Okay, and I connected the turquoise to the red. Here I need to create another red. Again, black, red, black in order to start creating this flower. Okay. Then go like this and go here. A red, silver, red. Go like this and pull. Okay, I have this. Take 3 red and go back through the silver. I have the familiar initial element. Then go through all of the red beads. 1 red, and then here at this point I need another red one. Then I'm going to reinforce. Here it is. I will show you how I'm making one more row, and after that I will show you how to add more thread, because I believe that after this row my thread will be over. And here I'm starting another element. I create turquoise element because I'm exiting out of red element. If you want, you can reinforce. And after the turquoise, I need a red one. I create it absolutely the same way by starting with 2 blacks and 1 red that's sticking out, then adding red, silver, red to create my first cross of 4 beads. Then after the silver, I add 3 more red beads and I just fill in the gaps. After I fill in the gaps, I want to go back at this initial point and always turn your work the way it's easier for you. And I will connect the turquoise and the red with first one black, then another black, and going backwards in circle through the red. You see? Here I have one, and from this side one more. And when I pull, this is what I have. Now I want to reach this red angle here. In order to create a turquoise element. Now guys, my thread is almost over. It won't be enough for another row. That is why what I want to do is to make a knot, go through some beads and cut it. Okay, I'm going here through those two beads. I'm making a loop and going twice like that. And going around. In this way, through some beads zigzagging. You could repeat the knot if you want one more time and then cut this thread. By the way, your thread might be over at a later stage, but this is the way you cut your old thread and add a new one. Okay guys, and now I have a new longer thread on my needle, and what I want to do is to attach it to my work. How am I going to do this? I go through some beads here, I choose a place where I can create a knot. Let's say I want to make it here between the black and the red one. And in order to do this, I make a loop and go twice as before, but I'm holding my tail thread with my thumb. Okay, when I pull, I have this. Now here, I feel that this is loose and I want to go one more time to reinforce it. It's up to you if you want to do this. And then I will go here, exiting out of this turquoise. Here I want to cut this thread. And I'm going to show you how to make only the first red element, and then you will continue by yourself, and you could always rewind if you forget how I'm doing everything. So here was a little bit tricky step, because I'm starting the element from this side, which is this, in fact. That is why I'm doing it slightly different. Okay, I take 3 red and 1 silver, and I go back through the first one. I go back in circle through the first one of those newly added 3 beads. through the first one of the newly added. Okay, I have this. Then my goal is to reach the silver. And by the way, if you want here, you can reinforce again. If it gets loose, you should pull it to your work. Now I'm going back in circle again through the silver. Okay. Don't worry that it moves around at this step. We will fix it, okay? I take one red. I go through all of those threads and I'm filling in here the top gap. Then I go through this thread and I'm using it to fill in the bottom gap. Okay. This is the most tricky part. Okay, this one I created like this, and this one, all the others are created the regular way. But don't worry if you're confused, just follow the steps. If you need, you can always reinforce and see how I'm doing stuff. Okay, now here I need another turquoise, another red, then the other way around, turquoise, red, turquoise, red, turquoise, red. Okay, and continue this until your desired length, and I'll be back. Okay guys, and when I continued beading, I have my desired length. It depends on you how long you want to make it. So I'm exiting here out of my last red element, and I want to take 4 black beads, my clasp and 4 black beads, and I'm going at the same place, at the central red bead here. Okay, I have this. In my next step, I want to zigzag through the beads and reinforce this step. Okay, this is what I do. Here I want to make a loop and cut the tail thread. Okay, how I'm making my loop, I'm going twice here through the loop, pulling, and I create a knot in this way, in fact. And then I can go through some beads and repeat this knot several times, and then I can cut this thread. Now friends, I want to repeat absolutely the same thing from the other side, where, if you remember, I left a thread in the beginning. I will do this and I'll be back. Okay guys, and now my easy flower seed beads bracelet is ready. So if you like it and you want to see more and more tutorials like this, it's a good idea to subscribe if you still haven't. Also like, share and comment. And you could also check the membership option that comes with additional video courses and digital patterns, link in description and at the join button. Thank you so much for staying here with me until the end. Now click on the video that you see here and continue watching.